Hello, I'm Void, and welcome back to another reaction. Today I'm going to be reacting to Dan Bull's Humankind epic rap. It's been a little while since we've had one that he deemed epic, and this one is a sponsored song. Also, the words are by Dan Bull, music is by Arnaud Roy, and video is by Nick J. Henderson, who uh, seems to be just Dan's editor. Um, Humankind is made by Sega, apparently. If it's anything like the Civilization rap, you know that I will be stoked. I love that shit. That's sort of what got me into Dan Bull in the first place. That and the Far Cry Primal rap, of course. Um, so here's hoping. With all that out of the way, let's get to it. Humankind. Nice. Credits in the
There were
opening.
things
That's
they
good.
said we couldn't do, we shouldn't do, we wouldn't do. But it wasn't true. It wasn't true, said those who govern you. No sudden moves or they're gonna shoot. But there's enough abuse we've suffered through. If anybody smothers you, then cut them loose. Discover love anew, and you knew what it was coming to. What are you gonna do? You and me? We decided, we declined to be divided. It's human beings I side with. And each of the creatures I would please to be seated side to side with. Even the people I might see eye to eye with. Kindness is the piety that a society thrives in. Every mind is invited.
Is this intended to be a competitor to Sid Meier's Civilization? Because it's giving me very strong Civilization vibes, which I'm not opposed to. Because frankly, Sid Meier's is seemingly unopposed right now. I know that that's not strictly true. There's Europa Universalis and a few other more focused games, but none that really capture the same more general feeling of Civilization. So that's that I've seen at least. Correct me if I'm wrong, but anyways, let's bring it back a little bit. This is a lot more gentle than I was anticipating, and I'm hoping for something a little bit harder.
And each of the creatures I would please to be seated side to side with. Even the people I might see eye to eye with. Kindness is the piety that a society thrives in. Every mind is invited with us to find the horizon. The higher we try to fly, the further aloft we are lifted. But what if ever we want to existed? Was a cog in the system, was a drop in the liquid, a dot in the ink that wrote the historical chronicle every one of us lives in. From the prodigious kid to the not very gifted, we're a cacophonous mix of abilities, personalities, races, nations, colors and families, strands that run through the tapestry, feeding the fruit on the apple tree, proceeding providing Sir Newton with gravity, a new view of reality. You're a cell in the body of a humanity that will expand beyond your mortality. You say you'd like to live forever, then give whatever it is that makes you bigger and better. Whether it's just having written a letter or knitting a sweater, or developing interstellar inventions, bringing us fresh frontiers to venture in together. Through effort and sweating and grit and endeavor, these are the things that bring us together. From king to beggar, sing, give every peasant a throne. Rise so high we see heaven below. They say better the devil you know, I say better the devil you don't. So long as you love, you're never alone. So long as you love, wherever's your home.
Okay, this is good.
London, Venice, and
I wasn't sold at first.
Vienna, Cologne, Kiev, Macadeli, Sierra Leone, everywhere under the celestial globe. Set it in stone, shout from the mountain, send out the loudest announcement. However alone you feel right now, you're surrounded by thousands and thousands and thousands of people like you who feel like you do. The crowd is spread out with the countless. When the scenes that you see on the news get you down, just look out for the helpers, helping the helpless. Better get out there and help them. A single being's a song, a family's an album, a community is a discography. Can you imagine managing without them? We swim through bits and waves, little fish in a digital age, where it's tricky to listen, engage. Each different day is a difficult maze. We're drifting on minimum wage fares, little difference to living in physical cages. I say this isn't the way. We're in the midst of an infinite play on a spherical stage. You're given a page of the script to fill in, begin it and say whatever you've written, commit to the change. Which day is it?
This is
It's
really
today.
good.
Which day is it? It's today. Which day is it? It's today. There were things they said we couldn't do, we shouldn't wasn't true. It wasn't true, said those who govern you. No sudden moves or they're gonna shoot. But there's enough abuse we've suffered through. If anybody smothers you, then cut them loose. Discover love and you knew when it was coming to. What are you gonna do? You and me, we decided. We declined to be divided. It's human beings I side with. And each of the creatures I would please to be seated side to side with. Even the people I mightn't see eye to eye with. Kindness is the piety that a society thrives in. Every mind is invited with us to find the horizon. The higher we try to fly, we just might have the time of our lives. Hello, it's Dan Bull. You know what? I'm really proud of this song, and I want to say thank you to Sega for partnering with me on the video, and to Arnaud Ra for his beautiful orchestral work on the game's soundtrack. If you want to try playing Humankind right now, good news, you can download the demo straight away at the link in the description.
Okay, I might have to check that out. In terms of advertisements, quite excellent. Musically, I thought that like the melody, the backing track was really good. The swells and the rising emotion were can't think of the word. They were communicated effectively. You know, I think one thing that stood out to me, and I also had trouble with this with the Surge rep by Dan Bull, was that I think that it could just be my headphones, to be honest, but my perception was that the mixing could have been done a little bit differently in terms of making the rapping itself more pronounced relative to the backing track. That's more of a personal preference for me, but you know, I think it would suit this song a little bit better to have that adjusted slightly. That being said, I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. So, you know, if you guys do, then, you know, who am I to say? I can, the other thing that popped into my head was that I can imagine, that they gave, I don't, you know, obviously know this or anything, but if they gave him a prompt or anything, I can imagine they asked him to do something like the Civilization rap. This being apparently a competitor to that. God, now that I think about it, Sega is just sort of full of like, hey, we should try and compete with that kind of games. You know, they're not too. They're never the innovators, are they? Oof, sorry, Sega. It is what it is. You know, everybody has to. There's got to be a Yahoo somewhere. Um, uh, anyways, this was generally enjoyable. I don't think that it's going to make a playlist, specifically because I think that this feels like it fills the same niche as the Civilization rap, but I like that one better. Um, it didn't really stand out enough on its own merit to warrant to warrant differentiation, I think. And I greatly appreciate the integrity on Dan's part to try and distinguish this one artistically from the Civilization rap that he already did, particularly because it's so popular and well done that, like, you know, you can't make a copy of it and expect it to do just as good or better. Um, and so I really appreciate the way Dan approached this, and sort of how he went about trying to differentiate this song from that one, um, tended to be softer. It tended to approach the triumph and uh, um, hardship, I think, from a different angle, while still conveying a similar feeling. Um, so, uh, definitely well done on Dan's part. I I think yeah, I think really my biggest issue with this is just that he already did it better. You know, it's much much like Sega themselves. Somebody has already done it better, and this time it was what is it? Sonic 03. This is no, that's not. That's way too harsh. This is a Sonic game that I'm not familiar with to um Dan Bull's uh original Sonic. You know, it's it's good. It's just um I think it could have been there's difficulty here, right? Because I understand why they made the decision to go with Dan. Not only is he an excellent lyricist and artist, um, but he also has that exposure. He's an icon in the nerdcore community, and it makes sense to choose him. That being said, considering that he's already done a Civilization rap, I and um, my preference being the approach that he took in that rap versus this one, I think it would have been better artistically to choose a different artist that hasn't approached this kind of topic before. Um, uh, I'm not sure why, but like Schwabity comes to mind. Obviously, Rustage is a solid choice. Stupendium might come off a little too goofy to pull it off. Uh, to pull off like something a bit more serious like this. But you know, obviously, both Rustage and Stupendium are immensely talented. This isn't necessarily in their wheelhouse. Any of them, Stupendium could does mostly video games, but Rustage and like Schwabity don't tend to do many video games. Um, so that being said, I think I'd be really interested in seeing Schwabity and Rustage's approaches to a song like this. Schwabity more for his voice and grit, and Rustage more for his technical skill and lyricism. Um, uh, because I think that they could bring something really interesting to the table artistically. The caveat being that it probably won't do as well as an advertisement because they don't have the name recognition of Dan. Um, which is a shame because they're they're really good. So it's a shame that they may miss out on opportunities like this. Um, Let me know if you agree with me in the comments that this may have been better artistically if it had been done by a different artist, due to Dan already trying to do something quite similar. Um, and if you do agree with me, let me know who you think would do a good job with this, or even the best. Who do you think would be best suited for this kind of song? Um, yeah, I'm interested to hear your thoughts on this. Overall, I really enjoyed it, but as I said, I just it's just too similar to the Civilization rap to really stand on its own in one of my playlists. I'm very picky. I'm sorry to say, I'm sure if you are a returning viewer, you've probably figured this out by now, but I'm just kind of a picky asshole when it comes to my music. Um, so it is what it is. I enjoyed it quite thoroughly, just not not enough to listen to it like every day. So that being said, if you enjoyed, please like, comment, and/or subscribe because that is all I have for today. I hope to see you next time, and I hope you have a nice day. Bye.